The top student knew full well that using a red pen to answer questions would get her no points, but she still chose to ignore the advice. On the last question, she made a special mark, because she already knew. Once the results were released, her cunning sister would immediately swap their scores, taking her high exam score to Harvard, while she would be discarded by everyone for her low score. In her previous life, she lost everything because of this swap. In the end, her sister pushed her off the building. Just before she died, she discovered the truth. It was her sister who secretly changed her scores. Luckily, she was reborn. Back to 12 days before the college entrance exam, she swore, this time, she would not let the sister who killed her get away. She suddenly realized her sister had bound herself to a score-swapping system, trading 15 years of her life for the system, using it to swap their scores. In shock, she was about to quietly leave, but accidentally dropped her key on the floor. Her sister heard it. She couldn't escape, so she walked straight in, telling her sister she was there to help her with studying. Her sister was completely unaware her secret was exposed, because now, with the system in place, she had no intention of studying at all, so she rejected her sister's offer to tutor her. Instead, she reminded her to study hard. After all, her sister's score would affect her future, but what she didn't expect was that her usually diligent sister had completely changed. She spent all her time on her phone. Seeing this, her sister got angry. She angrily urged her to study. Their mother and brother rushed over and started scolding the girl for not studying, claiming that if she failed the exam, it would be a disgrace to the entire family. However, the girl coldly responded she didn't need to study because she was fully confident she would get into Harvard. Her mother believed her without question, so the family decided that since she wasn't studying, they'd take the opportunity to boost her sister's scores. The girl then used the excuse of helping her sister study to make her do household chores, cleaning, making tea, cutting fruit. After all that, she dumped a pile of books on her sister, telling her to memorize them. As the exam day approached, her sister patiently helped prepare everything for her. Her parents praised her for being sensible, but they didn't know all of it was for her own benefit. On the exam day, the two sisters entered the exam hall. The older sister still answered the questions seriously, but this time, she used a red pen and left the last difficult question blank because she remembered in her past life, only she could solve that question in the entire country. No matter the score, she would be admitted to Harvard through a special exception. After the exam, she returned home, pretending to be relaxed. She told her family she had checked the answers and was the top scorer in the province. Her parents were ecstatic, preparing to throw a grand celebration for her, inviting many social elites to celebrate, and planning to hold the banquet on the day the scores were released. However, while her parents were full of hope for her, her exam score turned out to be just 10 points. Her mother almost went crazy in anger, scolding the girl for bringing shame to the entire family. Everyone else also insulted her, claiming that her usual good grades were all achieved by cheating. At that moment, her sister confidently stepped forward, saying that she had been hiding her true abilities all along and pretending to be a bad student, and firmly claimed that she was the real top scorer of the exam. Just as she was about to check her own score, everyone was left stunned.